Hello everyone. Do you require all the analysis you need to achieve the very highest marks when exploring The Farmer's Bride by Charlotte Mew but haven't got hours to waste doing it? Well, look no further. The aim of this video is to provide you with all the information you require to achieve the very highest marks when using this poem in your writing. So without further ado, let's begin. So what's the basic meaning then? Well, a pragmatic farmer chooses a bride but is busy with the harvest and spends little time with her. The bride runs away in the night and the farmer chases her. She's then locked in the house and undertakes the chores, essentially. The bride is clearly scared of her husband throughout this poem, and the autumn and then winter arrive without children, suggesting a lack of sexual interaction. And finally, the speaker finishes the poem by highlighting his desire for his bride. Contextually, what can we use when looking at this poem? Well, the time in which the poem was written links the suffragette movement or the suffrage movement and the quest for more female empowerment. This is one reason why the male voice in this poem appears slightly uneducated through the colloquial use of phrases such as all in a shiver and a scare. The poet made a pact with her sister never to marry, hence the negative nature of marriage seen in this poem. All about our analysis of the actual poem itself. Well, the title, if we're looking at form now, the title highlights that the bride is merely a possession, which disempowers her and creates an immediate lack of affection. Clearly, the bride reflects women in society as a whole, according to the poem. Using only the male speaker's voice also strengthens the disempowerment of the maid. The natural setting throughout the poem, in contrast to the domestic one, which the maid seems fearful of, demonstrates that she is an individual who is happier being free and not locked within the home. The use of enjambment throughout helps to create a more naturalistic style of voice within the poem, helping to create a more conversational element to it. In terms of our structure, the mixing of the rhyme scheme throughout the poem helps to indicate different things at different times. In stanza 4, for instance, the use of rhyming couplets in part helps to replicate the control the speaker has over his trapped bride. Whereas earlier in the poem, the AB rhyme highlights the distance emotionally between farmer and wife. The use of enjambment on line 15 not just highlights the speed in which the bride ran, but can also replicate the freedom she experiences whilst away from the home. The repetition of small mammals when describing his bride, mouse, hare, highlights a sense of vulnerability and meekness within the bride. I chose so that the farmer is the active participant in the sentence, which not only shows control, but also that the bride was perhaps unwilling member of the union. The concluding stanza, with its multiple exclamatory sentences, helps to highlight the passion that the farmer feels for his wife. And then when we're looking at language here, well, her not only disempowers the bride and shows a lack of warmth, but can also dehumanize the maid, helping to create the impression of her as a vulnerable, meek and wild animal. Shut of a winter's day, well, this similarly replicates the cold manner in which the bride interacts with her husband. The verb shut literally and metaphorically implies that she will not open or warm to him. Beseech, well, the lexis suggests that she begs to not be near and especially not touched by her husband. Black earth creates a sense of mourning which husband feels regarding his marriage. And finally, up in the attic, not only helps demonstrate the distance between the two, but she now appears to be metaphorically above the farmer, creating a heavenly impression of her. So there's a great selection of analysis that you should be employing in your work. So now go away and start employing it in your work. So thank you and enjoy your revision.